Hey, y'all, what's going on? All right, so I'm gonna just continue to vibe code. Um, just really trying to push the limits of Goose and see what crazy things can it do. All right, so I have Goose open right now. Not see what crazy things it can do, but like see how good it could be or what bugs we have and just stay in tune with like the community so that I'm able to, point things out to community members or engineers that are working on Goose. Um, and a lot of my like personal projects tend to like combine with my work projects. I know it's Sunday, but guess what? Like my baby is not at home, so like I can essentially do whatever. Also, guys, I'm so sad because last Friday, not last Friday, well, Friday, my other camera broke. Let me show y'all. I thought it was because the sun was coming through. I don't know how this happened. Like, what is going on? Right? Or is this StreamYard? I have no clue. I have to figure out because when the camera's off, we're still seeing that like weird thing. But whatever. Let me switch to my other camera and let me tell y'all what I am getting done. Cause okay, so what I did on Friday was basically I'm trying to create like a calendar view for our GitHub board, right? Our GitHub projects board. Let me show y'all it. And I said this last time, but just in case anybody is tuning in and they're like, what exactly are you doing? This is cool. This is nice. But like my brain just can't really compute all of this. Like I need to see like a calendar view, like, oh, okay, Roselle's working on this on the 8th of August and she should complete it by this particular time. So I did all of this. But it's kind of buggy right now. Like it's pretty buggy because I did not code any of it. I just used Goose. And we know how AI can be. It's kind of impressive that it did all this just from me doing prompts. But like there's areas that can be improved. One thing is it's super slow fetching all of the issues. I had to introduce pagination and stuff like that because GitHub's GraphQL API can only fetch like 100 issues at a time. So I had to do pagination. We can see in the console logs probably that this is all happening. Yeah, and it's like it's freaking out. But the thing that I care about even more than this, because I'm like, I can fix this, the loading later. I don't even need to load all of these. Like this person is not necessarily on my team and all that. The thing that I want to fix more is being able to see the issue span across like one date to another date. I was having an issue with this particular, let's see, the 15th to 16th. Where is it? There's a particular issue that's not rendering. I don't know if it decided not to anymore. Let's look at the console logs. And I wanted to basically like span across, like I was trying to use, or Goose was trying to use, get bound. That I don't remember the exact method, but basically it allows you to like show from the beginning of a rectangle to the end of it. I think it's like get bounding rect or something like that. Let me look it up. Google will know. Get bounding client erect. Yeah, I've used this before for like let's say you wanted to like select a certain amount of text. So that's like the web API that allows you to do that. Okay, so when we go to test issue, it says the start date is, I don't know if you guys can even see this. So let me zoom in on the console. It says the start date is the 15th, the due date is the 16th, and the calendar date is the 15th. We're trying to figure out why this is happening, we as in Goose, because I've set this to be the start date at the 16th and the due date to be the 17th. So let me close Slack and let's go to Goose. So the last thing we talked about together, I'm going to say we. I know it seems weird because it's not a real thing, but last thing I said is And I was asking it like, oh, maybe the get bounding client rect method is messing it up. Maybe because we had a is within method as well. So I'm like, maybe you just have the dates wrong. So they said that, or Goose said it added comprehensive debugging. I don't know what pronoun to use here, but spanning issues detections, whether issue 1007 is being identified as a spanning issue. All right. So if I clear the filter that I have, I should be able to see something. Exit. It's kind of hard with all of this. Okay, spanning issues found. All right, so it found that it's spanning the issue. The due date's the 16th, is same day as false, number 1007, start date. All right, so let me tell it what we found. It's the same thing over and over again, right? And one issue I'm having here is we're using up so many tokens. I guess I won't for this, but um, I like to summarize so I can at like the 40%, 50% mark, even sometimes 30%, just so we can like have a good flowing conversation. But what's happening is I'm losing a lot of important context and we keep starting over. So actually what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to push this code to GitHub because I think we're getting in a weird state now and I don't want to lose what I have. Let me create a repo and I'm going to ask Goose to push this for me. Oh, that was not what I wanted to click. I literally have so many random repos that I just start random things on. Okay, so I'm gonna do Black Girl Bites, and I'm gonna call this GitHub projects calendar or GitHub issues calendar. Description, who cares? Visibility, it could be private for now. Nobody needs to see this. Oh, did GitHub do an update? This looks a little different. Add a readme. That's cute. I would say off for now. And yeah, we can have a git ignore the React. I don't even know. Oh, JavaScript. Node? How does this work? What are the templates? You don't have React? Let's see if this project even has a. I don't even know what it has and doesn't have because I didn't open it. So let's see if it has a git ignore already. Open dot. I don't think it has a git ignore. That pretty much kind of sucks to me. I'll just do it myself. I don't want to. Oh, Goose. Let's tell Goose. Can you create, and I'm going to do this in a separate session. Can you create a git ignore file for this project? Oh, I didn't even spell it right, but that's fine. It knows what we're talking about. Yeah, go ahead and examine it first to understand the structure and what type of project it is, and then create a git ignore file. The levels of lazy that I've become, but also now when people ask me, how do you get Goose to do this X, Y, and Z? I know because I use Goose to do everything I need to do. So it's a Node.js project with Vite. Yep. Oh, maybe Vite would be on the list. What? What is the templates? How do these work? Interesting. I have zero understanding. Sure. Thank you for adding that, Goose. Cool. So I'm just gonna leave this get ignore thing alone, no license, whatever. Create it, and now I'm gonna tell it use the GitHub CLI, use the GitHub CLI to push this code to. And the reason I did this is in a separate session is I just like to keep the conversations in one session. I should be using Goose projects, which will allow me to like have all these different sessions along one session, but I'll probably do that in a different like live stream in the future. Oh, oops. That what it pointed out, it sees that this current repository is connected to a different one. It shouldn't be. Hmm. I wonder if I like copied it and I forgot. Whatever. It's doing what needs to be done right now. Okay. So while it's doing that, the next thing I want to think of is, and I might put on some music because it's a little quiet. It's a little quiet. Yeah. Have some music in the back. A little louder than cool. Good job. We named the default branch from master to main. Let me make sure it pushed the right stuff because I thought it was weird that it pointed out. Okay, cool. Oh wow, I didn't realize that it like made a whole little plan for me here. Nice. Or for itself so that it could complete all the work. This is like my first time looking at the code. This is great. Well, some CSS. Sorry, I keep trying to click the JSX, but I keep clicking the CSS. Cool. This is the logic for the issue modals. Awesome. So we have everything kind of just, I just want to freeze everything in time where it's at before I completely upend what I need to do. So what I want um, to figure out is, first off, I'm going to delete this test issue thing. I think it's not a good example, not what we want. I think one of the issues it said that it pointed out is that it created this. This shouldn't be an issue, but that's what it said. We'll fix that in the future. I just want to see that it spans. It says that I created the issue on the 23rd or the 24th, but for the 16th to 17th. So I'm like, let's get this out. Let's get this issue out the way. So instead, I'm going to create this on our actual day, create issue, and then I'll put that the due date is on the 27th or something like that. Oh my god, this is so slow. I need to figure out what to do about this. We're loading way too many issues. Oh my god, this is awful. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's way too many issues. This is unusable at this point. We might have to have a different. Wow. There's too many issues on the board, and then paging through all of them. Wow. Yikes. And I reached the rate limit. That's not good. Okay. So let's figure that out first. Can we, let's see. Can we load only the issues from August um to the future, or not the future, but and onward. I don't want any issues from before August. I also only want issues labeled area. What was it? I might not even be able to do this if I reach the rate limit that quickly. That was awful. Hey Jeffrey, what's going on? Welcome back. As you can see, I did too much. Me and Goose did too much. So we're in trouble, low key. And mostly because I didn't plan, I think, of how I wanted to approach this. And I didn't really know the limitations of the GraphQL API. I didn't realize that it couldn't load a certain amount. So let's see what happens now. Oh wow. Okay, I exceeded the rate limit for GraphQL. How long do you have to wait? Rate limits. Oh, GraphQL has a separate? I wonder if we should switch to let's see the difference between the other one and the GraphQL one. I don't know if we should switch. REST API one. Oof. And the other thing I want to do after this is clean up the code. I don't want to wait an hour. I really don't. No, don't do that. Don't make mock data. Who told you to do that? Or I guess we can. It wasn't a bad idea. I was just pissed. Let me ask it first. Oh, did it summarize itself already? What's the rate limit for the GitHub API, REST API? I'm so annoyed. Accessing this and is it the same? Oh. Okay, so it's giving me my options. And basically, sorry, I was just like thinking in my head, I was like, what do I do? Since your REST API limit is fine, we can temporarily use that. Yeah. I already created mock data that includes your test issue with the current span. We can test the logic right now, and it'll reset at 2:02. Oh, I thought it said it will reset in an hour. I was not paying attention. Okay, let's test with the mock data. Okay, let's test with mock data. That would be a little bit easier anyways for now. Okay. Yeah, we can do this and figure out the spanning issue and see what we should do about that. And then I'm going to summarize my thing right now. Okay, let's make an issue. Why does this still happen though? What the heck? All right. This is so bad. I kind of want to start over. I think I want to start over so bad. Yeah. Let's just start over on this project. And I think I want to look at the code while it creates it, because this is insane to me. Oh, 2:02 is in 30 minutes. Gosh. I'm trying to think. What do y'all think I should do? I think I want to start over and yeah. I'm going to start all the way over and not load as much as all the issues that I loaded before. And I'm probably going to use Next.js. So I'm going to be more prescriptive with Goose. Last time I let Goose do what it wanted to do, but not the greatest thing to do. It just depends on the situation. And I actually want to use this in production and stuff like that. So I'm going to say GitHub calendar next. Create it. Let's open up this issue, this session, close the others. And let's start from scratch. This is what I call you vibe coded too close to the sun. I'm just gonna exit it. And I'm gonna tell Goose kill localhost 3000. Okay. I think I froze, but I'm gonna be more organized. And I'm gonna say, thanks for killing that for me. Let's create a Next.js project. One thing I need to double check is if my session's authenticated on my VPN before we do this. But let's create a Next.js project. This project is going to provide a calendar view for my GitHub project board. Let's use the GitHub API for this as well. Let's do this. Let's create a calendar view for the GitHub projects, for my GitHub projects board. I want tools and technologies, how it will work. So use Next.js. Use the GitHub REST API. Because I don't know GraphQL, so if I was to debug that, I would be in trouble. How it will work, pull data from this project board. Particularly this view 3. The filter or the label for this view is another thing. Let's think about performance. I don't want to load any of the issues from before August 2025. We may need to consider pagination. Maybe we will need to consider lazy loading at one point. Let's load I don't want to fetch all the data and then filter. I want to fetch only the data we need up front. What's another thing? I think those are the main things I care about. Maybe like style is make the calendar items legible. No, I don't want to make it big. Forget it. Just do your thing, and then I will tell you what to do in the future. Oh, the other, yeah. I will like that if an issue has a start date and an end date and an end date or due date, for it to visibly span across the calendar, perhaps we may need to use what is that thing called? All right, let's see how this goes instead now. Yeah, I just turned off my VPN. That's why I disappeared for a second, if you guys noticed that. But this is a better prompt, I think, than I did last time. Last time I kind of just told it do what it wants to do. You don't need to use the GitHub extension. I mean, if you want, sure. I tend to use the GitHub CLI, but if it wants to use the GitHub extension, it can. Oh, it's storing this project in its memory? Well, for what? I guess. Okay. Yeah, that'll make it easier for me. Okay. I think we're going to be doing much better in this situation than we were before. Oh, I need to create a goose hint so that it doesn't do any long running processes like npm run dev. because that can kind of block Goose from responding to me because it's trying to run npm run dev so I can have my project. Okay, set it up. Now it's creating the calendar view for me. I don't know, I like to give Goose small prompts, and that sometimes works, but I think that works more for things that I just need to like quickly demo, and then just add things upon it. But if I'm like, I want people to actually use this, it's really, yeah, I do need to come in with a plan. I'm even without the idea of vibe coding, I'm a bit of a cowboy coder. Like as in I just do what I want when I want. Which is why I'm like, I kinda like the vibe coding thing. I know people don't like it. And it does get you into issues sometimes. But I just like the idea of like quickly prototyping, seeing if something could work, and then going back and getting very detailed and prescriptive. But my issue with this particular project is I didn't look at any of the code. I need to do that next time. I can't fully vibe code it. And you know what we can do while it's making all this, since I said I want to look at the code, is let's open this up in Cursor. What's y'all's favorite like AI tool to use? AI agent. Oh, my sister just messaged me that she got new Wi-Fi. I'm just gonna text her. Nice. Nice. How did he set it up? Okay. Let's drag Cursor over here. And we need to open a new window. Do they have, I know for opening things up in Visual Studio Code, you can do code dot. I'm like, do they have that for Cursor? Can you do cursor dot? I never even like checked to see if that was possible. So this is on my desktop. Is this right? No, it couldn't be. I think it's GitHub calendar issues, right? Let's see where we're at. Let's see the path. GitHub calendar next. Look at me, just making millions of versions of these things. I really got to clean it up. Oop. There we go. I love me some Next.js. I'm like, that's where I'm going to be able to debug the best and figure out what's even happening. Let's see, do we need all of these open? Oh wait, this is going to be my terminal window. What the heck? Or not. I'm going to close the terminal. I don't know what's going on. Alright, so this is going to be my browser window, cursor. I'll make you bigger. And then Goose. And I'll have a terminal one. It's running npm run build. And it's fixing whatever TypeScript errors it was making. Oh yeah, we're looking at the code. Your girl got ADHD. Alright, so looking at what it's doing for the calendar, let's see. Let's go down to what it rendered. Okay, so we have a legend. I probably don't want or need that at all. It is doing the spanning event bars, which is what I want. Hopefully it does it well. It has a calendar grid. Cool. I wonder what it used for that calendar thing. I don't know. I thought it would be using like some kind of like library that it imported. I don't know if it like just made it by itself. It probably shouldn't. I don't know. Let's see how good it goes. It has the days of the week header, calendar grid. That looks pretty good. Okay, let's see what the event details include. Okay, buttons, dates, labels, assignees. That's perfect. The actions. Okay. I guess actions would just be opening it and closing it. Oh, and viewing it on GitHub. That's great if we can like externally link it there. Awesome. And then what is an app? API. Here's the routes. Cool. The other thing I'm going to need is a n.local, I'm guessing. And then I'm going to put it in there so we can actually load the date. What are you still doing, Goose? Oh, it's going to run the project and then see what loads. For anyone that's watching though, how are y'all doing? How do you feel this Sunday? For me, I'm just happy to be doing this. To me, this is relaxing-ish. I wish I was doing something a little bit more, but yeah. What do you guys do this weekend in general too? Making me a readme, I guess. Sure. And now it's doing npm run dev. I am going to add a goose hints file right now. I can do it in the UI or I can do it literally in the project at the root, and I'm going to say never run npm run dev or npm run start. Instead, instruct me to do it. Not instead. I'm going to say always instruct me. Need to run those commands instead, and tell me what commands to run. Where's the wrap? Word wrap. I swear I like set this all the time. Why is it never there? Okay, so we have that. We're gonna create a .env.local, and I'm gonna have to take this off the screen. Probably gonna just remove it real quick so that I could put the API key in and see if it works or not. It might not. I'm expecting that it might not. Okay. I say okay so much that like that's what my daughter says all the time. She's always like, okay. I'm like, why are you saying okay? Just because I say it? Okay. Now I'm gonna put this back on the stage. All right. So we've gotten this far. It's now gonna load something different. It failed to fetch them, and it might be that I've rate limited or something else. Let's see. It just gave me a 500. I'm going to stop running this. I'm going to hit summarize. I'm going to open a new session, tell Goose to just kill this localhost, kill localhost 3000, and I want to run it myself. This is just my process. You don't an extension that does it for them, which is cool. All right, so I've done that. Let's make sure it's actually not running. Perfect. And now I'm going to bring a terminal over. drag it here. And I'm going to go into this folder, GitHub, calendar, next, ls. Did they create another folder? Okay, perfect. You put it right here, npm dev. What is this error? Next.js is inferred in your workspace, but it may not be correct. We detected multiple lock files. Oh, did I create one at the root of Rizal? That's crazy. That might have been by accident a long time ago. And why are we using GraphQL again? API rate limit exceeded. That's good to know. That's what I was wondering. I'm gonna be like Goose. I thought I said use the GitHub REST API and not GraphQL. Why did you choose to use GraphQL? You're right. I apologize for the confusion. Yeah, apologize for that. You need to listen. Sometimes these LLMs, us on it, you're a little hard-headed. We gotta work on that. Okay. Okay, so it's rewriting the integration now, which is great. That's what I wanted. But it seems to be looping. Okay. No, it's not. Okay, cool. However, I should note this approach targets classic. If you're using a newer GitHub projects, we might need to adjust the approach. How do I know if I'm using the newer one or the classic? What does classic look like again? I think this is the newer one. I'm gonna Google classic GitHub projects versus beta. Ooh, someone on Reddit is asking that. I think this is the newer one. Let's see. Why don't we just try it? See if it works, and if it fails, then I say, oh, this was not this is the classic, or this is the newer version. Am I still rate limited? Okay, this looks like a different error. Error cannot read projects undefined. Yeah. Let me send this to it. And okay. So earlier when we used GraphQL, I was rate limited in the past, so can't use that. I think we might be using V2. Oh, sorry. I think my project board might be using V2 because I'm getting this error. I wish I could drag this up just to see it a little bit better. What do you think? This method this approach may be different. Why did it replace them instead of asking me like it should have asked me first. Are you using like V1 or V2? And then it should have replaced them. Now we're just wasting time. But let's do this. I'll probably do this till 3 o'clock because I'm assuming my husband will come home and he wants to do a couple stuff. Like he wants to mow the lawn. Our lawn is looking so bad. Oh my god, I can't believe how hard it is to maintain a lawn. Because when we moved in, we had a bad lawn. Like they just set it up bad. Like they just didn't start us off for success. So then we decided, let's like revamp this whole thing. We got like people to do our lawn for us. We're like, oh wow, everybody was like passing by, like, yo, y'all's lawn is sexy. And we're like, thank you. We know. Like neighbors were like congratulating. They're like, wow, your lawn's so good. And it was like for months we've been like maintaining it and doing really awesome with it. And then all of a sudden it got really bad. Like we had like a heat wave, and I think Derek was not home or something like that. I just didn't do it myself. I never even mowed the lawn. My care for the lawn is watering the lawn. Like I take the hose and I'm like, yeah, but I never mowed the lawn before, or I put out the sprinkler, or I like pull out weeds. So it just started getting real bad. And now it's like patchy. Okay, so let's see what we did. You're absolutely right. List for org doesn't exist. It confirms that you're using GitHub's Project V2. And so it's updated it. Use the correct REST endpoints. And then the fallback approach, if that fails, it uses GitHub Search API to directly find issues within that open source label. The key changes: remove the problematic code, added fallbacks to avoid rate limiting. Oh, that's awesome. Because I'm thinking this is going to be an issue. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do if multiple people, I'm going to have to write this down. Like if multiple people are accessing this on my team, we're going to get rate limited. Let me put this here. Future improvement. Oh, will multiple people access? Oh, let me future improvements. Oh, now you guys can see everything. Oh, future improvements, GitHub calendar. How will multiple people access this page without me getting rate limited? One thing I guess people could do is OAuth in. Like we can change this to the OAuth, and then it will use their user. I don't know. We'll see. So does this need to start over, or is it, since we're using Next.js, it just refreshes? Yay! Maximum update depth exceeded. This can happen when a component calls set state inside use effect. The use effect doesn't. Oh wow. Calendar TSX. Let's see where it's doing that. Oh, this is deprecated too. Do I need to use the GraphQL way? All right, so there's a couple of issues here, Goose. Go ahead and fix these. Let's see how many percentage we're at. I'm like starting to feel like, oh, I should just do this myself. All right. So here's the first issue. So issue number 1, deprecation. Okay. And then issue number what was the other issue? Oh, and I didn't even look at line 86. I think I just forgot. Okay, so line 86 is where we do set event positions, and we're possibly in this long ass use effect. I need to zoom out for myself. Okay, line 86 is here. If we close this, oh, we're doing like use callback. This is so weird. Okay, let's tell Goose both things. Set state in use effect. Okay, let's stop running this. Killing my CPU. You're absolutely right. 2 critical issues to fix. Yeah, thank you. I thought you said you were using the newer one. It'd be lying. I haven't even gotten to the goal that I really want, which is to have sub-agents doing a few things for me. My mom's here. Hi, mommy. All right, so it's fixing that 410 error, it says. And then for the second issue, the React infinite loop that was happening, yeah, and calculate event positions. So I was in the right area. And then we have the use effect right here. I see, okay. All right. It's with the use effect, all right? And one handles the calculating the events, and one handles the window resizing. Let's see where that happens so that I'm aware. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to zoom in. Exit this. All right, so the window resizing seems to be handled here, and then the calculate event positions happens here. Cool. I don't even know what window resizing it's doing or why that's happening, but we'll figure out once we get started or once we view this. And this is one of the reasons why I don't do the whole big plan thing, because I just don't get that I don't get that immediate like gratification. Like if I do a small prompt, I get to see something more quickly on the screen and then I can iterate on it. All right, so now it's switched it to something that's not deprecated. To only use the GitHub search API? Wait. Let's see if it works first, and then I want to ask about like, is the V2 REST API doesn't work anymore? Or does it not work anymore is what I mean to say. Okay. Oh, this is so ugly. But at least we have something. And we're missing. Oh no, we're not missing stuff. But the dates are wrong. The 22nd was not a Sunday. Alright. So there's a couple issues. One, current issues, just so I don't forget what I'm thinking. I don't know if I can zoom in on this for you guys. Zoom in. Zoom in. All right. First off, dates on calendar are wrong. We may need to use like an actual calendar library. Like, because that was one of the things I noticed. I was like, did you make your own calendar? And then what was the other thing? Why are we not classic project versus V2? Can you help me understand? I really should just do this myself. This is turning into a big issue. Can you help me understand, like, why we're not using the GitHub? Can you help me understand why we were still using the classic projects API? What happens to the API for V2 or the GitHub search API? Why are these the only two options? Okay, vibe coding is scary, but vibe coding live is even scarier because now people are watching me just trust the AI, do dumb stuff. Very limited functionality. Okay. We might not be rate limited. Oh, this is a mess. I think I'm not rate limited for the GraphQL API anymore, so let's do it. And if we are, we'll just use mock data, and the GitHub search API will be our fallback as well. Okay, I think I'm not rate limited for the GraphQL API anymore. Thank you. Thank you, Donna. I do not feel that way. I'm like, this is just ridiculous. I'm getting frustrated. But okay, so I think I'm not rate limited for GraphQL API anymore, just because I haven't made any progress. I kind of just started over again. So let's try that with the search API as the fallback. And then the next thing I want to do after is that the date. Like, why will you think the 22nd wasn't a Sunday, right? Today's the 24th. So it made up its own calendar, which is a nice try. And I want this to be bigger, but we'll think about style afterwards. Okay. Perfect. It says it's implemented GraphQL as the primary method. cool. I'm not seeing errors there or hmm, I think I still see an error here that we need to take care of. Okay. GraphQL API failed. Am I still rate limited? Request failed due to the following. Variable since is declared by anonymous query but not used. Okay, I'm just gonna give this to you. I'm actually curious where this is happening. So I'm going to look at it. It's in github.ts on line 132. Oh, 132. This. Okay. All right, let's put this in. So there's two errors. We're still having like a search API deprecation issue. And then GraphQL, since variable is declared but not used in the GraphQL query. Okay, go ahead and use that. Okay, so just removed it. But we filter by date in JavaScript instead, which is more efficient for your use case. Okay, cool. I was gonna say, but didn't I want that? So let me see that it updated it. I don't even remember what line that was. I think 132. Okay, cool. And I still see since declared. Ooh. Okay, so I see it doing the date here. Cool. So since that particular date, awesome. And then the other thing that it fixed was the deprecated line. This is just a warning. I don't want any warnings. Just fix everything. Okay, refresh. I like the other design I had better last time. That's alright. Here we go. This is kind of what I wanted, kind of not. Like they're like overlapped, we can barely see stuff, but like we're doing better. We're doing a little bit better. All right, so no glaring errors. Now we want to basically, why do these say today? Whatever. Now we want to figure out the calendar issue. I'm going to go ahead and press summarize. And I'm going to ask it, I'm going to be like, did you make this calendar on your own? Perhaps we should use an existing calendar library. Like there's, I think full calendar. Let me see. full calendar, React calendar. Yeah. What is the recommended calendar library for Next.js? Does it have a built-in thing? Full calendar? Okay. I noticed the dates are wrong on this calendar. Can you let me know? Did you create this calendar all by yourself? No, not all by yourself. From scratch? And not use a library? I'm starting to get hungry. Let's see. Oh, it actually, because I was like, are you just doing this not moving? But it actually is just doing things. So it said, yeah, I created the calendar from scratch. Okay, we don't want to do that. Would it make more sense to use a library like full calendar or something? Do you know if this would fit my use case? I actually want to pull up my use case again so it can know. I'm just going to copy this way. I forgot I could do that. Paste. My use case is written below. Do not implement anything. Let's just brainstorm first. I should probably switch this into chat mode, but then it won't have access to the developer extension tools, and then it might not be able to read the code. So I'm like, just don't do anything. Let's just brainstorm first. Event spanning built in. That's what I want. Handles large data sets, lazy loading out the box. Amazing. Why did you create it on your own then? Dude, replace everything. Let's use full calendar. I don't know why I was trying to do its own thing. That could have solved our issues weeks ago, days ago. I didn't do this week ago. But that could have solved our issues a long time ago. I should have told it that in the beginning to use full calendar. I guess I like to let Goose or whatever AI tool kind of do what it wants. I like to let it like get creative on its own, but it wants to be like any developer and reinvent the wheel. Like this already exists. There's really no reason for us to do anything else. So now it's doing some full calendar CSS styles. Good. All right. That it did it. Amazing. Events linked directly to GitHub issues. They have start and dates automatically spanning across dates. Performance optimized, built in lazy loading. Date filtering only shows August 2025 as I requested. Amazing. But I also said don't run this without me. Yeah, my goose hint says never run npm run dev. You don't listen. All right. That's fine. We'll look at what it's running. Oh Lord, it kind of looked ugly. Where are you running? Localhost 3001 maybe? Yeah. Oh heck no. Have I been hoodwinked? Oh, okay. I was about to say. Alright, this still looks kind of ugly. We can fix it. We can fix this. And at least it is spanning how we wanted it to span. Good. Alright. We're in a better spot, like performance wise. So I'm gonna close this. And what else is the other thing? I'm gonna ask Goose to fill port 3001. Fill port 3001. I think I'm gonna save this in memory. Remember, don't run npm run dev for me. Just tell me to run it. Okay. Now that we have this, hold on. It's on localhost 3000 now. It's gonna take a bit to load that calendar. Yeah. How do you go to the next month? Oh, it's right here. The design is ugly. It's ugly. I can't take it. Alright, so what's the first thing that I want to fix with this? Maybe the design, just because I kinda can't get over it. And what were other issues I was having? I can't even remember. Okay, yeah, let's just make this look a little bit easier to read. I think I wanted eventually to have like the avatars here so we could see who's who. Yeah. And then be able to have like a modal. Yeah, I want to be able to like go to the issue itself in GitHub. But if we could have a modal to just like pop up and see like the additional details. And is this on the right date? Let's speak on a podcast. I put what happened. Oh, I told people they should do it between these dates. Okay. First, let's get the design to look easier to read. And what I'm going to do is something kind of interesting. I think this will mess with like the stream for a quick second. Like I might pause, but what I actually want to do is use the playwright extension to take a look at what we're viewing here to see how ugly it looks, and then tell it like go ahead and make a better design. So I'm gonna briefly have like a little bit of a lag because I'm gonna turn on my VPN so that I can use this. It's going to. But let's go ahead and turn on this extension while you're not clicking. Odd. There we go. Playwright extension, turn you on. Hey, you're beating back to the chaos. Or beating back to the chaos. Yeah, thank you. Trying. Alright, so we have this playwright extension. I've seen people do this. I haven't done this. Or I tried to do it. It didn't work out the first time. We're going to try again. So I'm going to tell it did people screenshot it themselves? Or I'm not really sure on this part. So I'm going to exit all of this. I'm going to try to make it really easy for Goose to like find the window because I see a world where maybe it doesn't. I don't know how it works at all. We'll see. And then I want to make it smaller. Where's the whatever? It won't show me the top part thingy. I forget what that's called, but we'll just do this. And I'm going to say use the playwright extension to take a look at the browser, localhost 3000. I feel like it should be able to reach this without me like putting this up on the side. And I just want to make sure that it actually reaches it. Take a look at the design. Right now, it seems it's giving Craigslist. That's how it feels to me. It's hard to read, not aesthetic or professional. Can we update design? Let's see what Goose can do. I didn't give it enough instructions. What I almost imagine that it's going to do. You don't see a playwright extension? I literally just turned it on. Don't piss me off. Anyways, one of the what was I saying? Oh, what I noticed Claude 4 likes to do is like have like purple backgrounds and gradients. So I'm nervous it's going to do that, but we'll see. Okay, it's kind of struggling to find it right now because it used computer controller. Stop. We don't want to use computer controllers, sweetheart. We want to use the playwright extension. I knew this would happen. I'm going to close the Goose window and create another one. I don't know what happens. Exit. Exit. Alright. I might even go in activity monitor and just close all the Goose. Force quit. Okay, perfect. All right. Now let's try to turn on that playwright extension. Even though I swore it was on, exactly, it's on. I'm gonna go back to that particular chat I was in. I'm gonna resume it. Now we have two open. I don't want two open. That confuses me. Now I'm gonna tell it again. Can you try again? Use the playwright extension. and view the browser that's open in Google Chrome at localhost 3000. Let's see if it can do that. Goose was prevented from modifying uh, apps. Oh, it doesn't have access. Okay, so I'm giving it on my side. I don't think you guys can see it. Yeah, it sees it. You can see the issue. It looks very basic and Craigslist-like. Thank you. Now I see the full calendar component. Okay. Thanks, Mom. All right. It's doing it. I do be feeling like, oh, if I did this myself, I'll be faster. But that's not really true. Like for me to write all the CSS, it would probably take me like an hour, maybe even 2 hours. So even though this is taking longer than I wanted to, it's still not as bad. You're talking about there's a complete design makeover, but I'm not seeing it. Glassmorphism? Am I wildin'? Let's restart. I don't see all this that Goose was claiming to have added. Oh, and there's a little bit of an error here. Where's this doc type issue? Oh, there's not valid JSON that's being returned. That's what always happens. Okay. Yeah, Goose, you did not change a thing. Let's even see this refresh data button that it said it changed. No, you did not. Uh, nothing. Your changes don't seem to be applied. Check again on the design. I don't know if this playwright extension is really working for it. Let me show it. Let me screenshot for it so it can see. Look at this. I'm going to say and look at the attached screenshot. Recent. Is loading, but I can see with some blue events, the styling still basic. Okay. What's the output? Do we get to see that you did a screenshot? Okay. The CSS is not being compiled or applied. You're using Tailwind too? Okay, after this, I want to just like clean up the code. I see the issues. CSS import error. Incorrect TypeScript error. Okay. No, the calendar is loading. Oh Lord, you made it worse, Goose. I don't know if you guys can't see, but we're going backwards. Here's what we're seeing. Oh Lord. The app is throwing 500 error lose the API authentication. I'll let it do its thing, but I'm going to tell it like this was already working. We didn't have an issue with that. Okay, full calendar v6 doesn't use CSS files anymore. Okay, this just bothers me. The issue is that I'm stopping it. Okay, so the calendar was loading at one point. It just loaded a little slow because of lazy loading, and there was not to load. But after your changes, we now are getting a 500 error. I don't even know what it changed. I forgot to keep pushing to GitHub. Yeah, why did you modify the API? Thank you. Let me check what's working in my revert. Oh Lord. It will be nice to have like revert to this particular situation within the agent, just for people who like don't even know how to use GitHub. And for people like me who push this code to GitHub and then didn't do anything else with it after, didn't continue to keep pushing and committing. I really should have done that. Got a little carried away. It's just going through a loop now. Let's see where it's at, or if I need to jump in. Yeah. Is there anything in particular? All right. So no such file or directory. .611.js. What are these? What is happening? Hold on. Okay. Goose, stop what you're doing. Oh god. Okay. Summarize. Okay. So it looks like, let's look at the project. Where are these paths coming from that it can't find it? Okay. These are where things were working great, and then all of a sudden, okay, I think this is when the issue started. Because, okay, because it handles CSS differently, so then I guess Goose was trying to create a new folder, forgot about the other CSS file or something like that. Let's see. Yeah, the path was wrong. Oh, it really, okay, you fixed it. Remove the problematic. Okay, let's see. I don't believe you. I really don't believe you. Okay, I'm gonna do clear. Okay, and I want to let it know. Let's also figure out where that is coming from. Okay, and it looks a little cuter so far. I can't be too mad at Goose. Okay, we're in a slightly better spot. Cool. It looks better. What's this? Oh, let me push this to GitHub. Honestly, I don't remember if what I pushed to GitHub was what we last. This was the old thing, right? Yeah, this was the React Beat version. Oh Lord, let's just delete it. That one was a mess. More than what we already have. Okay. Delete. Wait, I wonder, can you make a repo from the GitHub CLI? Create repo? Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna tell Goose do it. Go ahead, Goose. You can do this. Alright, so I want you to use the GitHub CLI to create a repo under Black Girl Bites. Repo name, GitHub issue. Well, let's name it the same thing. GitHub calendar next. Push this code to that repo. And does this have a git ignore? Yes, you do. Wonderful. Send. Okay. Hey, Nate. I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm just using Goose, which is an AI agent. I'm trying to have it create a calendar view for my GitHub projects board, but I've been going in a few circles just because I'm trying to make Goose do this all itself, not me. So far, we have this, and the idea is just to help me as a tech lead be able to track my teammates' work a little bit better. Right now, it looks ugly. I don't even know what's the difference between GitHub issues and today. Like, why are we doing this? But whatever. We're getting closer. What's good with you? Wow. This is really peak laziness for me because it didn't even dawn on me that Goose could just create the repo. Usually I'm like, oh, Goose pushed to this repo. Now Goose could create the repo for me. I might need to make this into a recipe. I'm never typing again. Although there are some people that like when they vibe code or whatever, they're using voice only. That doesn't work that well for me. I don't know why. I just think I want to see what I'm saying written out, view it, review it, and keep going. Okay, while it's doing this, why is it taking so long? Ugh. Anyways, while it's doing this, let me think of what else I want to add. So I think I need to show. I want to be able to see, first of all, like who this belongs to. So I need this color coded and I need the avatars based on like which GitHub user is completing this work. Oh, I meant to say coordinate with time. Even though this was 2 weeks ago, I'm updating it. Okay. All right, we're done. Did you push it to GitHub? Let's check. Nice. All right. And I'm going to tell it this in the goose hints. Or I'll do it here. Is there anything in this goose hints? Yeah, let's just do it here. After every change, create a git commit input. This way, I'm going to be able to revert it when I need to. Like, I'll be like, revert to the past. We're going to close goose so that this goose hint could be implemented. And I'll reopen goose right now. Go back to this particular chat. I think I'm going to do a few more minutes. I'm starting to get tired, but I really want to finish this. Maybe I could push through, or I can take a little break and then come back later. Because I'm like, my daughter's not around. I can really get this to the end that we need it to be at. Okay, we're only use 9%. So now what I want to do is get those avatars. Okay, so the idea, okay, so I want to be able to tell what? Okay, for my calendar app, we have issues represented on each of the dates, but I want to be able to tell the difference, or yeah, between us. I want to be able to tell who the issue is assigned to. So could we get it to have the avatar showing of the user and color coded? No legend is needed, because I know Goose is going to go and try to like create a legend or a key. We don't need that. We're smart enough. Zoom this thing in. Perfect. We can do it, guys. We can do this. All right. I can see the data structure already includes assignees. Perfect. I know I'm supposed to go look at the code, but yeah. Yeah, I think I might do that. I might like eat and then come back later. I don't know. Why is it removing a legend that we don't have? Whatever. Now let's make some custom CSS to make the avatars look better. All right, you did it. Let's go see what we've created. You didn't do it. Oh, it's really struggling with this. I see no CSS change. We might have to add this in the memory or boost hints of like what is the discrepancy between the and now it knows because we've done the playwright thing before. It's gonna go back and do that again. That's good. No, the calendar just takes a bit to load. The issue is that the calendar, so you have to wait a bit. Wait a few seconds. Probably give yourself 40 seconds to wait for it. However, the real issue is that it's loaded, but there's no avatars or color coding. Let me screenshot this for it. Okay, guys, one thing that's really interesting though about like using AI to code, whether it's vibe coding, AI, assisted coding, whatever, I'm like, it just really brings out the bossiness in me a little bit more. Like, I'm already a little bit bossy because I'm an older sister. I'm pretty bossy to my husband, and now, and I'm a tech lead, right? So that was already bringing out all the bossiness. And now I just have to tell AI like what to do. I'm like, you do this. Okay. The calendar's loaded, but the avatars aren't showing up. Yeah, I know that already. Oh, 40 seconds is forever. Why did I tell it to do that? Who's going to play fantasy football? I'm thinking of creating a fantasy football MCP server and then having MCP UI with it. Because basically, MCP UI allows you to, like, instead of Goose or whatever AI agent you're using, MCP host you're using, to return with text, it will return a UI for you, and then you can interact with that UI. So I think that would be cool. Like, let's say I'm doing my draft and I'm like, oh, I want to pick, I don't know, I'm not gonna pick Russell Wilson, but for some reason he came to my mind first. I'm like, oh, I want to pick Russell Wilson. And I can just click him, and maybe it will make me a little bit less stressed out. I think the ESPN UI is stressful. Like, I want to have like my own little setup. Like, if someone picked who I was planning to pick, like I have like backup pick. Okay, so it said it's doing it now. Let's see. I don't want to be disappointed. Oh my god, guys, it's doing it. It is doing it. I don't really get this other part that's happening with the laid over stuff. Why is it doing that? Oh, uh-oh. Oh, I just went back for a second. But it did add the avatars. I am quite happy about that. Nice. I'm not a fan of this random blur thing that it's doing. This is stopping me from seeing what I need to see. I wonder if I could like have the avatars here and then be able to filter by person if I wanted to. That could be a good thing. Okay. I'm gonna say, what's the idea behind the blur? Don't change anything yet. Just talk to me. I already know Goose or these LLMs, not just Goose, but like Claude Force on it and all that. They low-key have a personality like me. Like if my boss tells me, why did you do this? I'm immediately gonna be like, oh my bad, I'm gonna change it. But sometimes your boss doesn't want you to change it. It just wants to know why. Yeah, I'm gonna tell it. I don't like it. I don't like it because I can't see the other issues. I'm also wondering if I could filter by person. Like, I know I said I didn't want like Hero Legends. Could we? I'm gonna summarize this. I want to do a lot of stuff. I want to compact it. Oh, what? Why? Oh shoot! Sorry. I just was confused. Why did it? Click here to start a new session. Oh, great heavens. Let's see if I just send it. What happens? So annoying. Okay. I'm wondering if we could filter by person so I can see all that Black Girl Bites has assigned to her. Vice versa. We could have a cute. I know I said no Keto Legends. Avatar legend thingy on the side, and I can put names and avatars, and if someone clicks that way. Oh, did we make a commit? I think it did. Good. That's what I wanted. Just keep tracking it so that we can make a commit. That way we'll filter per a calendar for that user. I have no clue if this makes sense or if it will even work because I messed up the session summarization. But let's see. Oh, it works. Cool. I don't know what I did, why that happens, but whatever. The problems with blur. Yeah. Yes. That sounds great, Goose. I should have gave it a Goose hint of what we're creating. I think I'll do that when I have to create a new session. And I want to see that when it finishes making this change, that it actually commits it to GitHub. I know we checked earlier, but I want to just double check. Okay. It will be amazing if I could finish this today, not tomorrow. It's creating the filter component now. Cool. It's a long day. I feel like it should have variables for this. Okay, guys, I want to try something. I'm going to ask it after this. I'm going to ask it to create some subagents. These are like separate AI instances. And I'm going to ask it to use those subagents to identify issues where the code can be cleaned up, and then create issues for those, and then another subagent that will fix those issues. Let's see what will happen with that. And actually, I think I want it to look through, because I think sometimes it will get lazy. So I want it to look through, make a subagent for every file that's inside of the source folder. Well, it doesn't need to do it for the favicon. So for everything that's in this API events folder, and then I'm gonna say everything inside the source folder. Yeah. What are you running? Running CD. Oh, it's doing the git push. Amazing. Look at us. All right, so let's see the filter by assignee. I told it to put it on the side. Whatever. That's fine. So if we filtered by me, we get this. Cool. If we filter by Tanya, we get this. Can we do more than one person? Nice, we can. We have Ian with 8 issues. Oh, wow. And I like that it puts the number so we know what all is going on. Perfecto. This is good. Look at me with 32 issues. Diane with 22. She's always killing it. I don't even know. Does this mean open issues that are not completed yet, or just in general? Oh, these are just closed? I think we're missing some then. But that's all right. What was the thing I wanted to do? Subagents, and do some cleanup in between what we've been completing for now, because I just want to make sure everything's good. All right. So actually, let's give Goose some context that what we created, put it in the Goose hint file. Hey, good job. I'm busy trying to produce docs, but it's a blog and I have to deep research a ton of things. Oh, wow. Like, it's a blog with documentation. That's cool. Are you using Goose for it, or are you just doing like manual mode? That's kind of cool. I probably should be checking the Discord, but I want to just do this. Okay, so I'm going to tell Goose this. Manuka. Oh, manual. I was like, what's Manuka? That's a lot. That is a lot of work, though, if you have to do it all manual. But it makes sense to do that for situations like documentation and blogging. You want to make sure that the information in there is accurate. And like, I like to have my own voice on my blog post. Like, I try to use AI sometimes on it, and like, it's not hitting. Yeah, exactly. You don't want it to be wrong. Like, it could just like hallucinate situations, and like it'll create so much so fast that you won't even see it. Oh no, it's fine. I don't mind. um Working. What was I doing? Oh, okay. I was gonna create a good sense of what we're actually doing here. So this project is creating is a work in progress of a GitHub calendar of a calendar view for a GitHub projects board, allowing the user to visualize what each teammate on a DevRel team is working on at the moment. Some requirements are to show August 2025 and onward. Use full calendar. Use Next.js. All right, now save this, and we're going to create a new blue session. We'll probably exit this. Do we have more blue sessions open? How are you able to focus on your docs while like listening to my random voice in the background? Maybe you muted me. I would. Or just make assumptions because I didn't think about something. Exactly. That can happen. Okay, want to know a little secret? Sometimes because the Goose team works, like the Goose engineering team works so fast, and then my DevRel team, we have to work so fast too. Like we have to do the documentation, we have to do meetups, we have to be building demo apps, or even like just everything, videos, live streams. Sometimes we do use Goose for the documentation, but in very like small spurts. And the way we do it is methodical because we make sure Goose is opened. Like we make sure Goose is working in the Goose working directory. We have like documentation requirements for it to follow, and then obviously we review it. Like sometimes I could tell like somebody just completely didn't pay attention and like let Goose generate some documentation, and then I'm like, no, like let's go back and change it. But if we do a lot at once, it can be hard. Yeah, it is hard to keep up. Yeah, if it's focused. But for your use case, I will understand. Yeah. It's happened where I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't true. You didn't pay attention. Yeah. What was I saying here now? I remember. Oh yeah, we made this new session. We have these new goose hens. And why were we making the new session? Oh, we're gonna do a cleanup. All right. So use some sub agents. All right. Let's clean up our repository. Let's clean up our code, right? And let's use sub agents to do this. Low key, I need the music off so I could think. Okay. So, have you guys ever done that when you like need, I don't know, like sometimes to drive or something like that? I'm like, let me turn down the music so I can see better. All right. So I want to use some sub agents here. And sub agents are these like separate AI instances. They won't show up in the main session. They'll like create their own one-off sessions, and they will essentially be like these temporary sessions, and they'll like garbage collect themselves or like wrap up the session when they're done. But I want them to do multiple things while I'm doing something else. So I'm going to tell it, let's clean up our code. Let's use sub agents to accomplish this task. And you can just do it through a prompt alone, I thought it was going to be like something really complicated to get this done, but I was like, oh wow, I don't have to do that to accomplish this task. And I'm going to say first, what am I going to do first? Look each subagent. Yeah. Okay. Create a subagent for each, or have one subagent each. Look through the code, or look through each file. I don't know how I want to say this. What I really want to say is like I want one subagent to be assigned to a file within the source like directory, right? Oh, is components in here? Lib and types. Okay. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but basically I want look through the source directory for each file in the source directory. Create. Yeah, that's what I want to say. Don't say look through. So for each file in the source directory, have a subagent, assign a subagent to identify areas where the code can be cleaned up. Let's think. Think unused code, right? So code that's not being used or could be more performant. Let's do unused code first. Yeah. And then I don't want to like confuse it, add any extra things. So once they do that, then these subagents should create issues in the repository to fix. Fix the to clean up the code. I wonder if they could work in parallel. I think they can. These subagents can work in parallel. All right. And then what should happen? Yeah, I think this will work. So because this shouldn't be dependent on each other, I'm hoping. It could, because like maybe one file might be depending on another file, but it shouldn't be. It should be able to just go ahead, look through the file and say like, let's make an issue for this because this code needs to be cleaned up. I am just trying to explore with subagents and see like how to get the best or the most out of them. What I was doing before was like assigning them like one as the front end, one as the project planner, one as this. But I'm like, let's just see this happen. And then once we create these different issues for them, then I'll have maybe a sub agent go through it, or maybe just Goose itself go through it and solve these issues. Let's see what's in the comments. Music can distract for sure. Yes, background agents. Just relaxing, just chilling and coding. Yeah. Are they released yet on a stable version? Are subagents released on a stable version? Yes, they are, if that's what you were asking. It already did it? I'm suspicious. Very suspicious. So in the history, oh, why does this keep getting borked? Is it me? I should report this. All right. So what we should see in the history is I expected to see that it would create these chats, these one-off chats on its own. I'm very suspicious that it actually did it. Um, it says that it's did it. It probably changed from last time that I used it because what it was doing before was like creating these separate chats, and then you can go in and see what it did. Next steps: the subagents were tasked to create GitHub issues, and you believe they did it. I don't know. It was just like way faster than I'm used to. Yeah, the issues aren't here. You little liar. They didn't create the issues. What problems in the code did they find? This didn't work. So this should be the conversation. What if it made it in the wrong repo? Oh, let's see. Oh, thank God. I thought it did it. These are just like my test issues that I made. Okay. Odd behavior. Didn't I type this? That it didn't work? Oh, here it is. You're right. That's disappointing that the subagents didn't do it. Why didn't the subagents create the issues for me? We don't need it. Oh, I should have told it use the GitHub CLI. Aha. Okay. I'm going to just tell it to do that. Use the GitHub CLI to create the GitHub issues. We're going to try again with the subagents. I wanted the subagents to like pick up, well, each one to pick up an issue. They are so cute when they lie. Yeah, I was like, what is going on? It's like, yeah, we made it. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. It's okay to tell me you didn't, too. I'm not going to be that mad. Just a little mad. All right, so back to where we were. That had me a little nervous. I thought we made it all in the Square developer repo. I'm like, not all my teammates are going to get notifications. Cool. I don't know what else we should clean up that I would feel safe with. I know that like if they just clean up the code, that seems fine, but I don't know if we should like add like make some methods more performant or whatever. I just feel like since I don't have insight into what's being changed, I don't feel safe about it. But if there's any unused code, we can go ahead and get that done. All right. And I did want one agent for each file because sometimes I notice it can get lazy. It can be like, oh, yeah, I did it just like we saw. And then it only looked at like one or two files. So I'm like, maybe one per each is good. Vibe coding isn't vibing. It's actual. Yeah, it is more work sometimes. It is. It is. Because then you have to double check if the person did it. It's just like this is what I feel like so far. Like how I was saying, it makes me more bossy. It reminds me of my just being a tech lead now. Like in my head, I'm like, wow, now I get to delegate work. But sometimes delegating work is more work because now you have to check if people did it and if they did it well. Like, oh, like rather than if I just did it myself, then it would have just been done. I mean, it still worked because I had to do it, but yeah. Why subagents didn't create the issue? They didn't know they could use the GitHub CLI. I'm gonna put that in my goose hints. If you need to, I don't feel like it. Because now I'm thinking it might use the GitHub CLI in the code when I wanted to make API calls. So I'm not even going to confuse it with that. Cool. Now that we have this, can you use subagents to, okay, assign a subagent, use the GitHub CLI. Assign a subagent to each issue, have them fix the issue, and then let you know when it's complete. It was supposed to be a much cooler thing that we were going to do than this. And it should be spawning some little chats, but maybe it doesn't do that anymore. Okay. At what time is it? 3:26. At 4 o'clock, I really will go. I really will. All right. So it's doing them all in parallel. Yeah, I guess the experience changed. It doesn't create the little chats every time something happens. I think I would want to know what's happening in the background. I think we could see the logs here, but I want to see it in a more readable way. I'm like looking at JSON of it conversing with each other, or like Goose conversing with the sub agent. Oh, cool. It did it, I guess. And it pushed to the repo. Amazing. Let's see if this is even still working. Because I'm like, what if it's like, this is broken now? Side-eyeing it. Wow, successfully fetched. Wow. No way. All right. With only 30 minutes left, I really need to hunker down on getting this to a better spot. There's a couple of things that'll make this easier for me. Why does this say okay? Why does this span the whole day? All right, let's figure out. We're going to, I'll get out of this session. I'll just create a brand new session. It looks like subagents are working a little bit faster than they used to, which is really great. What I want to do is, okay, right now on my calendar, if an issue was created on like August 1st, is this when I created it 3 weeks ago? I don't know. On like August 1st, but it has no due date. It seems to, or end date. It seems to span the entire calendar from August 1 to 30th. Why is that happening? Because now I can only see Ian's work. And yeah, I can click this if I wanted to and do like C6 more, but I want to be able to see like, oh, we have Ebony, we have Ian, etc. Okay, I can see the issue. Looking at full calendar, the problem is this line. End is event end date or event start date. When an issue has no due date, it's failing to fall back on the start date. However, full calendar treats events with the same start date and end date as all day events. No, I mean, I don't care if it's an all day event, but like it's an all month event. Oh, okay. Let's see if it actually got fixed the way I was imagining. I didn't need to refresh. Oh, but you're showing real life. Haha. If there's a bug, it can get patched. It's true. Thank you. I hope that's what is coming across as. Okay. Curious. And why is it flashing like that? Yikes. Well, you know what, guys? If I give this to them, yeah, this is still okay. I'm going to give it an example issue so it can see what I mean. Oh, perhaps. Okay, this had a due date of August 8th. That makes sense to me. Okay. So maybe the start date isn't. Yeah. What about. I'm trying to think how I would do this. Hmm, I'm not really sure. Okay, because I wouldn't want it to be like, oh, that's necessarily the start date. It's just the date it was created. Whew. I don't know what I would do here. Let me ask Goose. No, I don't want it to make the decision for me either. Okay, let's see this. Don't implement anything. What would make sense in how we reflect this? First of all, if I create an issue for my teammate, right, on August 2nd, but I want them to complete it by August 22nd, this, if it says the task spanned from August 22nd to 22nd, that's not necessarily true. It was just created on August 2nd. But this doesn't reflect how long they actually took to do the task or when they actually started. How should we approach this? I'm going to use Goose to help me think about the design of all of this. Yeah. There is a fundamental difference. So, point in time events, whoa, showing issues as single day events with a due date, status based visualization. Yeah. I think I only want to show spans between actual start and completion. But what happens if there's no start date or completion date and just a creation date? How is that reflected? And what if a person never puts in their start date? Like maybe I'm getting too pedantic. People don't often update their start dates. Yeah, exactly. Solid bars for actual start, dotted lines. Or I need to have better team data. Okay. My recommendation. Oh, what about when they hit in progress? Yeah. I mean, I know they don't always update. Okay. When they change it, or do you have a way to know when the user sets the issue to in progress? I think so. I think in GitHub they have that, and it should be able to pull that. Oh, I hate the flashing. What is going on? Because this one said in progress? Yeah. So we'll just do that. Yes, there are. Okay, so that will be the start date. Okay, so in progress will be the start date, and when they press done, that will be the end date. And if there's no start date and we just have a created date, what was what we said we were going to do? Okay. End date, if there's no start date and we have a created date. Or due date. Should we use that? What do you think? Oh, it kind of said it right here. Explicit start date. I didn't read. Status in progress, assignment date if available, creation date will be the fallback. Okay, so yes, that makes perfect sense. The start date will be the priority. Explicit end date priority. Okay, so scenario A. There we go. I would rather read this. If it's in progress to done, then it has a solid span. Only creation date, single dot. No, I don't want to change how it looks. Has due date but no work started, single dot. I hate it. I don't want to do like the single dot thing or separate dots. I just want to decide when we will span or where, if that makes sense. So if there's a start date, How does the sauna do it? And my stomach is growling. I don't know. I'll just say this. Yeah. I don't care about like these little dots that you're talking about. Okay. Created August 2, still open, no progress status, nothing to show, no end date available. Only has a due date of August 27, never started. No, I still need to see it. If the issue is created, but they haven't started it, I still need to see it on the calendar. I just don't necessarily want it to span. I'm trying to figure out where on the calendar it should be. Likely it should show up on the due date. If there's no due date, then I guess the calendar. Okay. Yeah. If it has a due date, show on due date. If no due date, show on creation date. Always show on creation date when work was created, requested, or most relevant date. Has due date, show on due date. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Do the due date priority, and then if it spans from the in progress to done, then that should be the start and end. Does this make sense? How do you interpret this? Or will this get complicated? Are you able to determine the exact date that it was changed to in progress and done? Because I feel like I don't want to hear from Goose that it. Oh. What do you recommend? I don't want anything slow. What timeline API is it talking about? Assignment date, creation date. Okay, what about this? Only show the issues on the due date. And if there's no due date, show it on the created. I think that's what's already happening. I think I just didn't want to see how long it was spanning here. Because it also makes it look like he's taking forever to complete his work, which isn't true. Whatever. Yeah, let's just leave it how it is. I'm probably like doing overkill. What I do want is to be able to see, oh, I know what I can do. Can I be able to scroll through? And why is Ian first? Okay. Can you put the assignees task on the calendar in alphabetical order? So we should probably see, so on one calendar date, we should probably see Angie's task for August 8th first, then Black Girl Bites, then Ebony or whatever. Let's do that. And then I want to be able to like, I know we can expand and see more for that date. Okay, maybe I should do that. I don't know. I was thinking like making them a little bit bigger. 14. I won't be able to just see a little bit more. But yeah, maybe I will. How is it in Asana? Let's look at Asana real quick. Go Asana. Oh, I'll put the music back now that I'm not thinking so hard anymore. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I think I want to expand within the calendar and not outside of it. We still have Ian stuff first. You would think that. Why? Oh, is it because I made it? Okay, I'm gonna tell it. Weird. For August 2nd, I see Ian's task first before Ebony. Why is that happening? And don't tell me you're not hard coding these names, right? Goose. What's rendered is different than what we're seeing here. Okay. In our console log, it's in order and it's showing more issues than what's rendered on the actual calendar. Yeah, because we don't see my blog post here. Okay. I'm getting so tired. 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. Full calendars reordering them? Okay. And the calendar has a max of 3 events. Is that even true? Because I'm seeing way more than 3. Okay. You added an order. Or are you just making up stuff? Okay, let's see. Oh, I did see it change actually. I shouldn't have refreshed. It's like such a force of habit. There we go. I'm like, it's much easier to see it this way. I feel like it was showing a lot of Ian. And I think, okay, this is cool. Yeah, that fixed it. One thing is that I'm only seeing a few issues per event unless I click X number more and then it shows me more issues. I want to be able to see a few more. Maybe if it shows me more issues, but in a different panel. From a bird's eye view, I guess. And without a new modal or panel opening up. Any ideas on approaching this? Wait, it's talking about what did you think, and then it already pushed the code. I'm like, what do I think? You don't really care. All right, this is fine. I think I could see a little bit more of what's going on and what people have going on. I like that. Okay. Another thing, can we have an indicator when an issue is complete? Let's see, how did Asana do it? I'm trying to get this back to Asana as much as possible. Did it even have us ordered? It didn't. It was just whatever order. Oh, yeah, put a check mark when it's completed. We're making so much progress. I know I said until 4, but I'm like, if I can just, I might keep going just so I can finish this. Ooh, what Slack message do I have? Oh, nobody. This is like the longest stream I've ever done. Usually I do a little, like 30 minutes. Okay, let's see where we're at now. Okay, I like that. Nice. I'm pretty happy with the way that went. And we can still filter. Cool. The other thing I want to do is I want to be able to like open each issue up. Okay. Is that worth it, or should I just do it how it is? Like, you're here, you go over to that particular issue and edit it from there? Or should I have like a modal that you could edit it in? Oh, let me ask about this flashing thing. When there's an issue that's spanned across the calendar, if I hover over the issue in the middle of it, kind of flashes. It flashes. What is going on with that? Should you try this out via Playwright? And don't sit here and say that the calendar didn't load yet. Okay, good. Wow, I really have a little rhythm with Goose now. Okay, go ahead and do it. You see the issue I'm describing. Add unique IDs for multi-day events. Disable hover effects on spanned events. Well, I still wanted to hover. Use different event rendering for span. Instead of full calendar handles, we could break them into... No! What do you mean by this? Would it remove the span? Instances? If so, I don't want this. Let's see what's in my text messages. Somebody got a Charmander cup. That's cute. Heart. Okay. Hey, Busy the Visionary. What's going on? I'm starting to zone out because this is a long time with no food. Okay. So right now, the thing I'm trying to solve, if you haven't seen what I was trying to solve, well, I'm not trying to solve it. I'm trying to get Goose to solve it. Is this like rendering issue that's happening here? Okay, so the result, you would still see one continuous bar, but internally each day's food. Okay, yeah, let's implement that. Let's try it. Okay, it's implementing it for me. I don't know how people do like really long streams because like I'm just in here really zoned out. And I'm not even the one that's doing as much like thinking or doing as Bruce. Interesting. Didn't I say remove all unused things? I'm gonna delete it. I might have to look through this code myself after. Okay, so let's see what it added. It's adding this unique ID for multi-day events. And this, excuse me, trying to read. Before it had 1, 2, 3, but now it's doing 1, 2, 3 plus the date. Nice. So visually, I'll still see one continuous bar. It pushed it to GitHub. Let's see the change. Oh wait, I just broke something because I removed what I thought was deprecated, but I guess it's still being used. Okay, so now let's go back to where we were at. Let me see the chat. I saw y'all say something. Oh, no, you didn't say anything. All right. Oh, this didn't work. ISO string is not a function. We're close to hitting where I don't like being. What close? Like in terms of the context window. Oh, I probably should have gave it more details, but I should be able to pick up on it. It might not be a proper date object. Well, why don't you figure out what it is? Yeah, maybe we could, oh, there we go. Cool. We're so close, I think, to having this in a usable state. I don't know if we need this. It would be cool if I could have it by category. Oh my gosh. But we don't really have categories here yet. And refresh data, I don't think I need that. That looks That looks like a baby made it. But anyways, I think I do want where I could have a modal and just create the issue in here, but maybe we don't necessarily want that. It will make it faster for me, but I'm just wondering. Okay. Wow, it's going super slow. And I think my computer is struggling. That's why. I'll probably quit some of these processes right after and then have it work. Go ahead and commit the fix, Goose. You got this. Yo, I'm a little sad that summer is almost over. It's basically September tomorrow. And not tomorrow, but you know what I mean, in a few days. And September tends to be like warm, but then you get the real cool days. The part that's going to be cute, at least for where I live, is like autumn, like the leaves changing and all of that. And then I'm a little bit excited because I can show my daughter Autumn what autumn looks like the fall or the season. This is because it'll be her first time experiencing the fall, besides like when she was literally born. Oh my god, it was so cute. So I brought her to church for the first time, and she saw another little kid that she knows. She was not paying attention during, or another little baby. She was not paying attention during church, obviously, because she's a baby. And she was like trying to reach and touch this little boy. And then some mom told me about like I need to make sure my kid is like paying attention during church. I'm like, you know, she's like 8 months old. You can't pay attention to anything. Yeah, this didn't work. This whole thing that we just did didn't work. I'm just gonna summarize this session. And maybe if I'll try one more fix, but we might just have to deal with the fact that this rendering issue happens. It just might have to be life. Oh yeah, I did say so. We're gonna prepare the summary and then let's just force put some of these. I wonder if it's like taking up a lot of 115% of CPU. Yeah, like let's just end all these. I wonder if that's why it's going a little slow. I don't know. Yeah, wow. I did not realize, guys, I've never been on a team that had a tech lead. So now that I'm a tech lead, I'm like, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Like, I don't know. Oh, we should have had these issues be closed since it's supposed to have fixed these. I didn't even check if it did. Let's check. So it's saying like in this event details component, it uses a regular image element with a disabled comment. But what it should use is the Next.js image component. Let's see. It's still there. I thought it fixed these. Wow. The sub-agents, they didn't do their job. That's all right. We'll go back to that later, I guess. I thought like I got my code all cleaned up and whatnot. Okay, so I want to tell it. Okay, first force quit all of these. What? And then I want to tell it. I'm actually mad it didn't fix this. No wonder the sub agents went so fast. It lied 2 times. I'm gonna give feedback that sub agents aren't moving the way I remember them to move. Okay, let's try this again. I don't know which situation I want to fix first because both of these are not like of high importance. but they are in my mind. Okay, is goose open? All right. So what I want to do is tell it I don't think what the summarizing didn't work because we shouldn't be at 49%. So while that's summarizing, I'm gonna say I don't think adding the unique IDs to the events helped with the span rendering, with the rendering issues for spanned events. It's still flickering, but I want to continue. I want to see that continuous bar. I wonder if a different model will have a better idea. It still says 49. Oh, actually, sometimes that happens. It'll still say 49% until you send your next message. Oh no. Oh yeah. Okay. Uh, so it's waiting, and it's using the Playwright extension to essentially test this. And I'm watching it do it on my computer, which is cool. I mean, on my other monitor, which is kind of cool. So it could see the issue and it confirms the flickering issue that I'm having. Yeah. So it didn't solve it. Aww. I'll remove the the hover. Okay. So it believes that if it removes the transition opacity thingy, it won't happen. Okay. It's just, I don't think that worked. And it's taking so long. That did not fix it. So you can revert that commit. And that we can say that because we've been basically doing a commit each time, I'm hoping. Although I didn't see it make that commit. It might not have done it. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, it did. It did 1 minute ago do it. It just didn't let me know that it did it. The real issue is that we know that full calendar is creating these multiple DOM elements. So all segments the same. Okay. I think you know what? We don't even have to worry with it. It is what it is. It flickers. Forget it. It's bothering me, but yeah, whatever. The thing that I care about more, what were the things that I care about more? I want to be able to open an issue within here. Do I still want that? It does go directly to the issue and you can edit it. Hmm. Yeah, I want to be able to edit the issue in here. I'm just going to create. I don't see the summarize happening unless I was done before. Compact the conversation, and then I want to be able to create and edit issues from the calendar. Like, not just it leading to directly to the GitHub issue via an external link. I wish I want some kind of modal or sidebar where I can edit or create the details, and then a link to go to the original issue on GitHub. It doesn't matter, Goose. You didn't fix it anyways. Well, that's cool that it shows the tool calls it made and the summary and everything. I never noticed that. Okay, we're doing it. Oh, wait, guys, I have a mini rant. It's probably problematic, but it's around the developer relations, right? Everyone noticed that there's a few developer advocates, or not even a few, there's a good amount that they have like specific, like, here's what I do. Like, I don't do blog posts, I only do live streams, or um I don't go to conferences or whatever. And I find that very interesting, I guess. I don't know. I'm not like, more power to you. I guess I haven't had that experience where, or that confidence or whatever. I don't know. It's giving a lot of audacity, for lack of a better word, but I haven't had the audacity to be like, "Oh yeah, boss, I'm not going to do the job that like I signed up to do." I'm curious of like, I don't know if any developer advocates are even tuned in and watching this, but I'm curious of like the mindset there. Like, why say that? I don't know. Um, or just do a different job. I don't know. There are stuff in developer advocacy that I'm like, this is so much harder, more work, but like, it's a job. Work doesn't feel like work. Okay, let's see. Let's pay attention to what the heck this thing is doing. You can see my current structure. Yeah. Wait. Stop scrolling. Now I need to update the modal state and the handlers to the full calendar component. Let's update the main calendar component. Main page, cool. Let's see. I'm curious how it's passing it. Wait, stop. So it's using this page that's this text. I can't really see what it thinks. Do you guys like using agents in the CLI more, or do you like using a UI for it? For me, I think As you can see, I'm using UI. But I think just for other people to be able to visualize it better, um, if I want to have more of a conversation with it, I might use the UI. But for other stuff, I might be using the CLI. Okay. Didn't I tell it to not do npm run? Well, oh, it's doing build to just see if there's any like TypeScript issues, right? I did tell it don't do npm run start. Okay. After this, I gotta go check like my meeting notes, see if that's all good for Monday. It's not. We haven't finished anything. And then, oh, my brain is tired from just, I guess, staring at a computer. Alrighty. And then the little ring light I have that's on. Okay, we did it. We did it, Joe. I thought it broke it. I was like, no. Okay. We don't even need to console log this anymore. Or are there stuff that are missing still? I forgot to check that. This was August 2nd, right? Do we have my... Yeah, we don't even have all of these showing. Because I definitely did this. Okay, we'll tackle that next. Alright, what was the thing that we even just changed? It took so long. Oh, that we can edit issues. Heck yeah, let's see. Nice. Why wouldn't we be able to change the start date and end date? Is it because they already did it? Oh, we have to literally press edit issue. Okay, I don't want to edit somebody else's. Let me edit my own. Let's edit this. Aha. I started this on Friday, and I don't have an end date yet. I wanted to add an assignee. Oh, heck no. Enter GitHub username that way? What? And edit label that way? No. And then close. Okay, let's see if I save the change. Let's say my potential end date. I'm going to end this by Tuesday. Save changes. Oop. No. This isn't reflecting everything well. Because, oh, maybe I need a refresh. Data? Oh. No! What happens? Oh. When you make a little bit of progress. So this internal server error only happens sometimes. Is it when I hit that refresh data button? Should we remove that? And I still don't see the GitHub projects board spanning across. Yikes. Me and these stupid spans. I just like to see it. Oh, it says I didn't give it an end date. It didn't save. Did any errors happen when I did that? No. Okay, I refreshed the page. I think it's that refresh data button. It's no good. It seems to not be actually updating the issue. I see. And then let me see this refresh. Okay, oops. I didn't want to do that. This refresh data button. Oh, it's not actually broken. So that was like some kind of one-off issue that I didn't notice. Ugh, there's a lot with this. I'm tired. How do I create a new issue? Do I just click on here? Okay, that's cool. All right. So, what is the first thing that I found out though? What was the first thing I found out that was a problem here? What are the things that I gotta fix? I don't know. I think I wanna eat some food. I'm tired. I think this was enough for now. I did like 3 hours of just tinkering with goose. We're really close to where I want to be. If I feel like returning, I may, but I may not. I have more stuff I want to do. I'm gonna try to stream every day. I don't know if that's really sustainable for me because I have other stuff to do. But I want to go get back into how I used to stream more often. Yeah, that's it. But thanks, guys. See you another day. And I'm glad we were able to redo this GitHub project calendar view in a way that we can see it a little bit better. Um, I'm glad we were able to like have it span across. We still have a couple of bugs here and there, and we're not seeing all the issues we want to see. We still need to figure out like avoiding getting rate limited and all that. But we got something initially working. So that's it from me, y'all. See you next time. Bye.